Welcome. Well, you're at home with Jim and Joy, and you are an important part of our EWTN family. And we are delighted that you've welcomed us into your home, and we look forward to spending this time with you. So send us an email with your question or your comment to jimandjoy@ewtn.com. So today we're excited to have this very young, beautiful girl named Macie Millard, and she'll be joining us today. Now, Macie is the Student Director of Campus Care, which is a student-led initiative at Ave Maria University that seeks to provide pregnant and parenting students with pro-life health care resources. So we're excited to have Macie with us, and she's going to tell us exactly how this program works on Ave Maria University campus, but it's happening on other campuses throughout the country also.
Yeah, it's not happening on enough campuses because these are instigated and promoted by people who understand the sacredness and dignity from the very moment of conception to natural death. Every life is sacred, and that it happens on evangelical Catholic campuses where there's an unplanned pregnancy, and that happens. And to have a group there that is known by people on the campus, and they go out and promote this group. Well, what kind of group? That says when you discover that you're in unplanned pregnancy, we are here for you. You're not alone. This school is here for you. Everyone's here to support you through this time that you might choose life. And after this life comes forth, if this is carried to term, this baby, we're here to support you. You're not alone. And that kind of help is critical because we know from different surveys and studies that girls who had abortions usually say, if there was one person who would accompany me, would just befriend me, share the resources with me, because they're so panicked, I don't think I would have chosen abortion. So Ave Maria University is making sure that if this does happen, this is not the best scenario to have a child, but it happens to the best of people and to our children, that all the resources are here for you, versus other campuses where you'll find all sorts of contraceptive things, you'll find Planned Parenthood on the campus and saying, yeah, we know how to take care of this. It's called abortion. So thank God for this wonderful ministry. We're going to hear more about this. You're going to be very encouraged at what these young people are doing to support women with unplanned pregnancies. We'll be right back. Plenty more to come. Don't go away.
Welcome back. Well, we're excited today to have Macie Millard with us. She's joining us, and she's a student from Ave Maria University. She's the student director of Campus Care, which is a student-led initiative at Ave Maria University that seeks to provide pregnant and parenting students with pro-life healthcare resources. And isn't that needed? Well, beautiful Macie, we are excited to have you with us today. And we want you first to tell our family a little bit about you, and then we're going to talk about beautiful Campus Care ministry.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Jim and Joy, for having me on the show. I'm excited to be here and to share our ministry. A little bit about myself. I'm the oldest of four. I come from Maryland, and I will be a senior this year at Ave Maria University. I'm currently studying psychology and health science and planning to go to grad school. And I've really enjoyed my time at Ave. I've made some wonderful friendships and have really deepened my faith as well.
I'm sure you could have gone to any number of schools, both secular and Catholic. What was it about Ave Maria that drew you? What did you find out about it? Said, I just feel like this is where I want to be.
Yeah. So I grew up as a cradle Catholic and went to Catholic grade school my whole life, Catholic high school. But there was something just deep inside of me that wanted to learn more about my faith, and definitely in discerning where to go for college. There's a lot out there, but definitely the way of the world is not necessarily the way that we are supposed to live as Catholics. And so when I found Ave, I was super excited to find like-minded Catholics who are striving to live for the kingdom.
Beautiful. So you're involved in a beautiful ministry on campus, and it's called Campus Care.
Yes.
So tell our family what Campus Care is all about.
Yeah, so Campus Care, we're really on campus to support our pregnant and parenting students and really to journey with them through the duration of their pregnancy and even afterwards. They can always come back to us if they ever need any additional resources or just our friendship, really.
Yeah. So how do students find out about Campus Care? Is it something that you introduce them to as they come in as freshmen? You share about different groups that are available and so on. And you know, in one sense, we wish that this is something that wasn't needed because we understand the sanctity of marriage and chastity and so on, but it is something that indeed happens, and we're all weak and fallen, and can happen to the most dedicated young people. So it's happening, and if we want to stick our head, you know, in the sand, we can do that, but that's not reality. So how do they know about this, that this is available? Probably they're thinking, I'll never have to use this, but something happens, and they find themselves in an unplanned pregnancy. How are you getting the word out on campus?
Yeah, so we have a Campus Care team. It's made up of a board of student directors, and then we also have our advocates and our babysitters. And really together we try to collaborate, and our normal means of communication is through our Instagram. So there we have listings of all of our resources. Students are more than welcome to click on the links, and it will take them directly to either Standing With You or a local pregnancy clinic in the area so they can receive like medical treatment if that is necessary. But as far as spreading the word on campus, we have posters that we put specifically in the bathrooms, the men's and women's bathrooms, and also in the dormitories, just so students can come across them anywhere and everywhere. We also try to put them in locker rooms as well for athletes.
Yeah, which is really important because my average client, you know, we run a pregnancy medical center, and my average client is between the ages of 19 and 22. Well, where is she when she's 19 and 22? She's on a college campus somewhere. And so, and your Ave Maria University is in the state of Florida, and you can have an abortion in the state of Florida. And so she'll have options, right? So if she's going to a school and maybe she's on an athletic scholarship or she's on an academic scholarship, and if she comes up pregnant, that may be a term and a condition that's going to hinge on that, whether or not she continues with the pregnancy. So when a client, if a girl is all of a sudden she's down the hall and she finds out she's pregnant, is it more than likely she'll go to the RA, or the resident assistant? What is her track in which she's going to follow?
Yeah, it really just depends student by student and what they're familiar with or what their friends are familiar with. We've had cases where young women have gone directly to an RA and have found help that way, or they've been referred to us. So again, it just depends case by case.
Yeah, or a counselor, maybe if she's gone to a school counselor, and then the counselor can connect them with you all just to say, I mean, because the big moment is in an unplanned pregnancy is this is the end of my story, right? I mean, that's really what she's thinking, and so I'm going to have to walk away from this, and I'm going to have to, you know, go home and get a job and work at a fast food.
I have to tell my parents.
I have to tell my parents. I have, you know, and there's just there's some shame involved. And so what some girls and young men do is they think abortion is the easy way out, and we'll go have the abortion. Nobody needs to know. We could take care of this, but abortion doesn't solve any problems, right?
Right. Yeah. No, it makes many wounds. Yeah. So that's why we really want to journey with these women and make it as easy as we can for them to choose life and offer those resources.
We want to unpack that, what that means, you know, accompanying them and going through the journey with them and so on. But how did who initiated this ministry at Ave Maria? How long ago? What was the impetus for this?
Yeah, so the earliest startings of Campus Care began in 2017, and our founder is Hadley Thomas. And she was an active member of Ave for Life, which is our pro-life group on campus. And they actually went up for the March for Life in 2017, a group of them, and the Students for Life National was just introducing a ministry called Pregnant on Campus. and that was offering resources for pregnant students and parenting students on a campus. And so coming back after the march, there was a situation on our campus that required those resources. So Hadley and another friend, Corinne, they co-founded Pregnant on Campus, and the student was able to be helped through those resources. And then as the years progressed, there were other similar situations on campus that required a little bit more than what that resource group had offered. And so they came up with Campus Care, which is specific to our university, and we offer like childcare, for instance, that is only found at Ave.
And so if, let's say, here's a scenario, a young girl comes up and she's pregnant and she chooses to continue the pregnancy, and she contacts Campus Care. And so what are the things that are available to her? Like you said, babysitting, like she's thinking, she's told her parents, maybe she's made some of the major hurdles, but now she still has to go to class. She still has, there's things she has to do. So then what does Campus Care do for her?
Yeah, absolutely. So as the director, I will meet with the student and kind of talk to them, hear about their worries or concerns. And what I do is I advocate on their behalf. So if they have really bad morning sickness, I can talk to their professor with them and see if maybe they can have an extension for a paper or something else like that. But yeah, it really depends case by case. I mean, typically we give out a lot of pregnancy tests, and if they need medical attention, we give them free rides to our local pregnancy clinics for STI testing or ultrasounds or just routine doctor checkups as well.
And how far is the closest pregnancy center to you?
Yeah, I believe it's about 35 minutes, which isn't bad at all. So we're very blessed.
Yeah.
Well, I see some of your services that you have listed here. You speak about abortion pill reversal, academic support, baby showers, child care, counseling, financial assistance, helping hands, insurance assistance, maternal assistance for pregnancy or baby items, mentoring, peer support, and community, post-abortion healing, pregnancy tests, medical referrals, specialized housing accommodations, spiritual support and direction, STI testing, transportation, ultrasounds. So, I mean, that's a lot. I mean, to go through each of those areas and so on. So is this in partnership with the local pregnancy medical center? Some things you do uniquely away from them, but these are just some of the things that you're doing.
Right, yeah, we do have a partnership with CPCI. They actually come in at the beginning of every semester and do our training. So for our board of students and also for our advocates and our babysitters. And the training looks a little bit different depending on what students are involved in within our ministry. But we also have an informational meeting at the beginning of every semester to try to gain interest, as well.
That's important, because a girl may find herself in an unplanned pregnancy at Ave Maria University, but she may have also had an abortion in her past. So it gets a little bit more complicated. And so here she told God she would never do that again, and then yet she gets in the same situation. And now this pregnancy, she doesn't want to have an abortion. She wants to continue with the pregnancy, but now she is a little bit more complicated because she's had an abortion in her past. So you all aren't trained to do the post-abortion counseling, so that's when you would refer her to the Pregnancy Medical Center.
Yeah, and we do have some other resources with like the Rachel Project that we're able to connect students with. A lot of what we do is playing like the middleman, if you will, to help them find the resources that would help them.
Yeah, and there are so many beautiful post-abortion healing ministries where girls, and we do this even with our clients, they're even doing Zoom calls. So it's like, my life is busy and crazy, but I can meet with a counselor and an advocate, and she's gonna take me through my healing journey, and that can happen through a Zoom call, which is really important. So, but the point is to go to the pain so that the pain can be healed, so that we don't continue to repeat the same process again in another relationship or with another human being. Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah.
And have you partnered with the Pregnancy Resource Center there? They've discussed with you, because you're saying you're the middle person, and that middle person is just critical because you're not going to get to the all the help and everything if that doesn't work.
Right.
Right? 'Cause
Right.
they're in a panic, they want to bite their leg off to get out of the trap. Your leg could be the baby, and people don't understand that so many of these abortions are Christian, young people. So if you don't accompany them at that moment in time, they could turn in another direction. Have they shared with you about some things to say, not to say? I know their training might be a little bit different, as they go in, but
Right.
they recommend some things to you to do. And what are you finding when you go at that in-between time? Which it's in between, but it's also, I'm thinking, as soon as she's like finding out what's
Right.
happening.
Right.
I mean, the panic that's there. I mean, there's so many things. Yeah, I'm at a Catholic university, but parents have sent me. Maybe it's better if they don't know.
Yeah.
Are there other people doing what you're doing?
There are definitely other universities that are
No,
partaking.
people on your campus that are
Oh,
doing it, like in terms of sharing the way
yeah.
you're sharing, or do you take that on yourself?
No, that's something that we take on. I mean, it is a very scary place
Yeah,
to be, and a
it
lot of
is.
times these women do feel very alone. So it's recognizing that and being empathetic with them, and just reminding them that no, we are here for you. We're gonna
Yeah.
walk with you. We're holding your hand, and whatever it takes, we really want to be on this journey together.
Yeah, it's important, because especially in Florida, where it's important that you have the abortion pill reversal information.
Yes.
Because we just had a client who went to Atlanta, but the sidewalk counselor had given the boyfriend, and was sitting in the car, the abortion pill reversal information. She went in, took the pill, got back in the car, and was crying all the way home. Well, he handed her the abortion pill reversal thing. The pamphlet, and so she read it and she called the 1-800 hotline number, and then they contacted the doc that we work with, started the progesterone process. Our commitment was to scan her. She was in school. She was a junior at the University of Alabama in Birmingham. She was working. She had a lot going on, but she did the whole abortion pill reversal. She birthed a little boy
Wow.
just this month. And so that's why it's so important that everybody's on the team, like the sidewalk counselors are there, or now she gets back to her college campus and she needs to know, who am I going to call? Who's going to be there for me? And are you going to be able to say, let me get you this number, right? And we're going to start this process.
We're going
for
to
you.
take a break at this point, but we're going to hold you over for the final segment so you can unpack this beautiful ministry, more fully campus care. So we'll be right back. Plenty more to come. Don't go away.
Welcome back. Well, we're having a beautiful conversation with Macie, and she's sharing with us about campus care ministry at Ave Maria University. So tell our family, who makes up your team, and what are their roles?
Absolutely. So we have a board which is made up of 5 students. So we have the director, the coordinator of advocacy, the coordinator of babysitting. We have an events coordinator and a social media coordinator. So our job is really to spread the word across campus that campus care exists, and we're here for our student body. And then we also have our advocates, and their job, after having been trained by our local pregnancy clinic, is to be able to engage and to hold conversations of a delicate nature that involve life. And then our babysitters are really the heartbeat of our ministry, because it's so unique to our campus. And our babysitters, we either have weekly babysitters or substitute babysitters that have agreed to take a shift, and they watch the children so that the parents can go to class. So they really make it possible for parents to continue their education.
Yeah, do they go, where do they go to do that at? Do they do it in her room, or is there a designated place and space for that?
Right, yeah, so we have designated safe zones on campus, depending on the level of risk. Typically we want the kids close to mom or dad, just in case anything arises. So typically the kids either play out on the front lawn, they're in the coffee shop, or in any of the academic buildings, or in the cafeteria, but anywhere that's close to mom or dad and that's relatively safe.
Yeah, because that's important. Our granddaughter was at the University of West Alabama, and what her job was, they had a daycare on the campus, but the daycare was for the professors and their children, you know, but what a beautiful thing, right? So, I mean, it's not that you want to promote that, but you want to be able to say, this isn't the end of your story, and we can make this work. Yeah. And we want to help you, and we're going to walk by your side as you go through this journey.
So you got these people doing these various works. And I also think it's so important. We found this periodically. We would go into schools, especially the Catholic school, and we would just share about the sanctity of the human person. We would show fetal development of children so that they can know that. And then we would tell them about our center. And we would say to them, you know, if you're in need of help, you might find yourself in need. You're the ones that are sitting having lunch, and all of a sudden you hear a girl share, I've missed my period. Where are you going to send them? What are you going to do? You're going to call Planned Parenthood? You need to bring them down here. I want to tell you, every time we went to the school, Catholic school, people would be coming in because they became little evangelists for life because they know, they're hearing what's going on in the crisis. That's why I think your events, sharing the word is so important, because you just don't want to count on those people that have signed up. You want to say to other people who have good hearts, your Christian people, say, you're going to hear the stories. We might not hear them. You're going to hear the conversations. And I'm really worried about this thing. You need to tell them about our ministry.
Absolutely.
What kind of events do you have, just real quick?
Because another big part of our ministry is to create a community. Because once the students have had a child, it's a little bit different to come back into campus. And so we like to put on at least one event for community every semester for Campus Care. And it looks a little bit different depending on the year and depending on how many families we're serving. But we like to bring back alumni as much as we can to share their experience with our current families.
Macie, thank you so much. Thank God we have tomorrow to unpack this more fully. What a beautiful ministry. Stout, strong Catholic witness on college campuses regarding the sanctity of the human person and accompanying girls that may have an unplanned pregnancy to choose life and that they're never alone. There's a community that wants to support them. God bless you. God bless all of your loved ones. Life, marriage, and the family will prevail. Keep it on EWTN. Bye now.